Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits only temporarily those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Together, run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I shall never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Preparing the way. Preparing the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and Me say Rastafari, war and cry, and do the righteousness. Hey, we love Jah, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, and we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, save all people. Hey, we love Jah, we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, we love Jah, Jah Rastafari, preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just a tie and I say watch your man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and cry, fight down war and cry, Rastafari, war and cry, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, and we love Jah, Jah. Me love Jah, Jah Rastafari, me love Jah Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
Fill my cup, Lord. I lift it up, Lord. Come and quench this thirsting of my soul. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Fill my cup, fill it up, and make me whole. So we're going to start count. They have fill cup. They have bread of heaven. They have milk and honey. You see, they are holy. They have manna from heaven. So we see the church, they get a lot, and them still a tackle with over the liquor destruction money. So we come out for them tonight because we see we are stand with Everald Warmington out here, you know, because we see Everald Warmington determined to hold the government accountable, to poor people mandatory contribution. We church now have employment in our country. So church is under no mandatory duty. We don't pay tax. The government and him friend them take TAJ mandatory 5% or whatever percent it is out of their money. Fee Beswick. Fee Beswick. A long time we know you're a thief. And a long time we are call your thief. All of your people them have owned my page all the while and say, Mr. Green, sue you. You're going to get a lawsuit. Floyd Green is a thief. Floyd Green is a thief. Floyd Green knows that we in Southwest St. Elizabeth knows he's a thief. So when am I going to sue with her? We want back every penny. Hundreds of millions. Lord Jesus. When them are give, they ain't give with pittance. Jamaica people don't know see what I'm going. When we a riot tonight, you know. A riot tonight. Make me warn enough and know. Make me warn enough and know. See a riot. Are we at the church, you know? Are we the church and politician? It couldn't be anything other than riot. There are millions in this world who are craving for things that abhor holy power spirit. No, 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 do no thief in our politics and religion can't match the wondrous wonder of speaking truth and honesty to power. That make one have to go shot me. Fly Green, hundreds of million Pamela Monroe Ellis say we want back with money. Every goddamn penny. Fly Green, remember how much it took a fertilizer? We're going to read the article now. We're going to deal with Fifi article first before we even go after Everald Warmington. Everald Warmington have Andrew Weir. Look at the dance people are so dance. Everald Warmington have Andrew wholeness away. Andrew, me want to see if you go come back and clap back pan we now. We are going to see, because whenever Warmington first come out, you come out and say we in the media misunderstood you or whatever. And now, Everald Warmington further expose you in the public administration and accounts committee. Well, the PNP them not do nothing anyway, because all them should not dig under the government skin. And the PNP them were under them belly soft like a lizard, then can't crawl over barbed wire. PNP wanna belly soft like a lizard, so no can't crawl pan barbed wire. And uno did fear expose Andrew Holness and the church with the scamming and the money laundering. But at what point the church them, the pedophile church them, the whorehouse them, the Obia center them, and they can't talk too hard. When them are go wake up and have little shame and see say the money where them and Andrew Holness are try to launder family, it turn big disgrace out here. We don't go have shame. We know so not thief. We know so no greedy and wanga got from day one. But it on big disgrace in the public now. We think to say the church with a halica dignity for back down and make it clear to the government say a poor people money, a destruction money, a blood money. We don't want it. Blood money and just sacrifice with. And just sacrifice with so a blood money. Make we spend with blood money and we bleed for that mother wara hit clot. Yeah, church. On a dirty church, pedophile church, overworking church, fornication center, idolatrous kingdoms. Me know some man of Christian don't happy tonight. Who cares though? Tell the church them to come out of our pocket. Tell the church them say to come out of our pocket, and then people like me won't open my flippant mouth. Them fi have shame. Them fi have shame when people are insult you over them thing. You fi make them know so you don't want it. Swallow your pride, churches. You've been stealing forever. You still say the money, the money between what the government plan for launder out of hurricane money. We don't see it turn big disgrace. Back down now. Back down now. It turned big disgrace. What kind of pushing forward or what kind of excuse the government continue to make to give the church poor people money when poor people can't get access to them own money? The church and poor people can't get access to their own money. We're gonna read how Fifi bears with thief. We don't call thief in Flat Green and the thief in Labor right them as Southwest St. Elizabeth, Parity and everywhere. Because we don't set a new nation, selling yourself cheap, no worth nothing than $5,000 KFC and one soda. These All of these farmers would jump up and down for flight green. All of them asset yeah, with flight green, walk and thief. All of them asset with flight green, walk and take by man. And give it to man like I him a fund them. Flight green take on an asset and give it to him man them. Flight green take on a fertilizer and buy vote. And one, if you talk to them with respect, how can you talk to a thief with respect? Do you see a thief in the ghetto and talk to the thief with respect? If anybody buck up a thief in a coronation market, the whole market erupted with thief and everybody tried to throw something. Isn't that how we treat thief in our country? Isn't that how we treat thieves in our country? We call them public disgrace on them. I could read about Fifi Beswick and the thief. Lord, may I tell you, this year annual report, this Pamela Monroe Ellis, you turn bad. Darling of integrity, I wish you there. Darling of integrity, Pamela Monroe Ellis, how are you there? Darling of integrity, why are we doing? Found the time, darling of integrity, the year start. From the time the year start, we don't get a chance for rest. Pamela, we air run water. This year, a report in Jamaica, it a kick up a storm, you know. Me no remember last year annual report did so hot things just that what we were mainly centered on in last year's annual report is the dropping of the the illicit enrichment probes, which barring Andrew we not get no more yet. That's what we were mainly focused on last year. And then, you know, some big money come out of Ministry of National Security, the Perennial Child's Ministry, for Perennial Charles Christoph Dan Everald Williams. For the ministry was the big ministry. Cousin Myrna, all you do. This way, I am a woman of God, easy and the man. You stay there, Cousin Myrna. Provoke me tonight and see how I go after on a pastor them one by one. One. Mine not set you set me upon them tonight, you know, cousin. Cousin, mine not set you set me. Me know you're a woman of God, but mine I set you set me upon the pastor them tonight, cousin Wagwa. Murder tonight with me, the church and the politics. Me and the whorehouse and the junk house tonight, because politics is the junk house and church is the whorehouse. Me, the whorehouse and the rum bar tonight. Let's go on to Fifi Beswick now. Flight green, thiefing big titty flight green, we take we asset them and buy man. Barring that your titty wouldn't end up so big. Somebody would have to fill them up for the fertilizer and for the radar assets and all them. The flight green, you are a thief. Me want flight green people them because always a jam when me call flight green thief, you know. When always I come on my page when see the proof come out, you know, so flight green a thief. And I no more propaganda for me. It's no more propaganda for me. It's no more me running up my big dirty mouth. It's the authority, the darling of integrity. No, Miranda, it's not. Episode 2 is tomorrow night, the 20th. It's Wednesday, the 21st. Thing is episode, isn't it? Episode 2, I think it's Wednesday, the 21st. Or it would be Tuesday night, my time. Tuesday midnight. Tomorrow night, midnight, my time. Yes. Tomorrow night, midnight, my time, which will be tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Then glean an article at some time take long for open on your phone. All right, we're going to read about Fifi Beswick now. The loss of government asset worth tens of millions of dollars at the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, has led to Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis making a referral to Financial Secretary Darlene Morrison for the value of the loss to be recovered, meaning Flight Green and whoever found RADA frick up with money, they need to pay way back those millions. In her annual report, which was tabled in Parliament last week, the Auditor General recommended to the Financial Secretary that the surge charge in the sum of 64.7 million to be imposed on the accounting and accountable officers for the loss, not the loss, Pamela, the steal. Surge charge referred to the process enabled by the Financial Administration and Audit Act FFA, here whereby the government can recover money or asset loss due to negligence or of public officers, not negligence, stealing. Stealing. Surge charge. Hold on. Under Section 20 of the FFA Act, the Financial Secretary may impose a surge charge following recommendation from the Auditor General, pending on the nature of the circumstances of the loss incurred. An audit of RADA and the mishandling of the distribution of Moroccan fertilizer last year uncovered rather deficiencies in the agency's internal control system relating to the inventory management and distribution of the shipment of fertilizer in 2022-2023. For those of you who doesn't understand the inventory management system within the whole business sector, every fertilizer come in the inventory management system, you would list every fertilizer that comes in, and then any fertilizer you distribute, you would list that in the distribution list, and at the end of every day once you deal with the fertilizer issue, you tally up the balance of what is left. So once any auditors look upon the inventory spreadsheet, they would know exactly what happened to the thing. You see, this is my problem with government. But they must say, we don't have this system and we don't have that. I have been saying to the government for the longest while, use the simplest administrative tasks processes you have, which is on everybody's computer spreadsheet. This is something that is easy to do in spreadsheet. Any little primary school children can do it. So this is why the reason why none of these are being done is how they steal. Because if the things is recorded properly, you could do this on pen and paper and it's done properly. But this is how they steal. Let me continue reading. Section 7, subsection 3, subparagraph 11 of the FFA Act. Financial instructions state accounting officers shall be responsible, and shall is a mandatory thing. You must do it. Accounting officers must be responsible for keeping proper inventory record of all stationaries, consumable stores, furnitures, office machines, equipment, plants, and machineries, land, building, and other government assets, including those received as gifts and private properties placed in government custody. The findings of the audit was released in May 2025, indicated that despite established standard procedure to distribute agricultural inputs, RADA was unable to verify that tens of millions of dollars worth of fertilizer allocated to members of parliament for onward distribution actually reach the intended farmers. Sharon Bernard, how you do? How you do? How reception are going tonight? According to the special audit between 2019 and 2023, more than 11,000 bags of fertilizer, valued approximately 54 million and procured under a bilateral agreement with the Kingdom of Morocco were distributed to Member of Parliament. RADA indicated at the time that despite repeated requests, MPs did not submit distribution sheet detailing recipient. Accordingly, the Auditor General said the agency could not provide proof that the fertilizer reached legitimate farmers or that proper measures were followed. Pamela Monroe Ellis warned in May 2025 audit that RADA accountable officers were legally responsible for the management of public assets, including the Moroccan fertilizer, and should have implemented proper control over the distribution, regardless of whether the process was carried out by RADA or by MPs. The whole of them are thief. The whole of them are thief. Because if the MP them not take it and sell it, they ought to be able to give account to RADA. If the MP them are do their work, the MP should have a list of names and how much kilo or whatever of fertilizer, kilo, pound, or whatever on a measure things in of fertilizer, bags, or whatever it is that was distributed. So this whole sloppy tidy galanging, it's not that we're not capable of doing it. We do it because we want to steal. We do it. We avoid doing it because it facilitates our corruptions. You think you, the people, are innocent? You think you, the fishermen who got fertilizer during the last general election campaign, you think that you, the fishermen who Floyd Green used fertilizer to buy your vote, you think you're innocent? You think you're not a part of the corruption? You think Floyd Green is any worse than you are? You're handling stolen goods. Did your mother not tell you the receiver is as bad as the rogue? Granny must have told you that, haven't she? No, Granny, now will come to the ranks and I'll tell you the receiver is as bad as the rogue. So all of uno, we take the fertilizer and once uno no farmer, we don't need to pay we back with money. We don't need to pay we back with money. We take fertilizer for vote. and then have to go sell it back on because on no plant or no fish or no use to feed the fish then. Hmm? You see why we can't stand up to the politician them? Do you understand why some people can't turn up to politician? The man politician in the same bed. Even though minuscule though it be, them a benefit for the politician them corruption. Because when Flight Green, Fifi Beswick, make anyone say, when you come and dance, when you come and night, tell them say a thief money when you open bar, Flight Green. Make them know say a stolen money. For them own money, Flight Green, that you have stolen. And you are spending back upon them. But then again, by such, they are benefiting from the corruption, is it not? They might get a beer, they might get a drink of rum, they probably get a bit of KFC. They benefit, minuscule though it is, they benefit from the corruption. Said the lawsuit come no thief. Thief. $64 million thief. Send the lawsuit come. We're going to go over to the PAC now. We and the church them, we and the church them. Oh, the wicked shall cease their troubling, and the weary shall be at rest. Oh, yes. And all of God's saints of the ages, we're going to sit at his feet and be blessed. Why on the church people don't go sit at Jesus' feet and come out our way? Come in our pocket every weekend. And now see, on lead the way with the war over disaster money. Why you not go sit at Jesus' feet and be blessed? Why you not go on to heaven, go drink on a milk and on a honey? Go on to Jesus' feet, man, but we got PAC now. We got PAC, Public Administrations and Accounts Committee, where Everald Warmington is really giving the government
Build a website you love with Wix.
a decent tool run for it.
For your words, create your brand. Your own.
There with it.
573.
Now, this is one of the other crook, Errol Miller. You know, Andrew is the Minister of Housing, thereby, why is my screen not opening? Thereby, Andrew Holness, bear with me, I don't know why my screen is not expanding. Oh yeah, you're expanding theater mode. I want you in full screen, you idiot. Yes. Now, Errol Miller, you know Andrew Holness is the minister of everything and anything he wants to be. So, you know, under the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, now Infrastructure Development, the portfolio of water, roads, environment, even though the water and environment part him take out and give Matthew some order about roads, housing, and all the other ministry. Producer, Black River Hospital one. Oh, we do. You got that Black River Hospital Wednesday. Under that ministry there, Andrew Holness control a lot of things. UDC commander hit, RADA commander hit, NEPA commander hit, NERA commander hit. Various things comes under it. So he uses these people as his GD, his general managers. So for what's you call it, NHT, Martin Miller is his general manager or director general or whatever you want to call them. Just like how you know for UDC and something else, he has Norman Brown, and he has several different people that manage all, micromanage all these little different things with him super manage. Oh, you're going to meet Jaja Foundation. Okay, Jaja Foundation has always been doing good things. I've featured Jaja Foundation on here before with their ambulance, and maybe more Jamaican gonna have to do that private ambulance thing because we're never gonna get that from the government, never. But let's listen to what goes on in the PAAC committee in relation to Martin Miller being questioned about NHT money and NHT grants and who is entitled and who is not. Let's listen.
Applications. Our total applications processed to date is just below 1,000, 995. Total payments made to date, 810, to a tune of $324 million. Just to give an idea, the distribution in terms of application, 617 from St. James, 225 from Manchester, 303 from Westmoreland, and I don't want to park Westmoreland a little because we're having some challenges. Well, we had certainly in the early stages in terms of us being able to get to the affected persons. So we had to use various mechanisms. In St. James, we received 794 applications. Sorry, St. Elizabeth, my bad. And we would have processed 360, settled in terms of payment 251. Now, the time frame that we establish is one where having received all the documentation, and by documentation, we ask for pictures, evidence of ownership, or some rights to the property. Because if you are from rural Jamaica, you'll recognize that houses pass down from one generation to another generation. So you may not be in possession of a title. So we had to come up with other mechanisms such as the use of a JP, or recognized principal, or something to that effect. Then we wanted to make sure that those applications that we receive, that they were genuine, because we saw cases, and just to mention one development which is close to central St. James, where some of the claims that we received when we went out there, the persons who were claiming, they did not live there. So we have to do our verification. But all things being equal, the process was one where we were hoping that having received all the documentation in 3 days, we would have been able to go out to the site, do our verification and whatever validation in less than a week, and then to submit to the central point, which is in head office, for payment. We found a number of issues. Before we do the transfer, we have a system where we try to treat with the validation to make sure that we are sending the money to the right account. We have seen where with everything, there's a learning curve. We are treating with those, and we expect that the balance that we have here to treat with, that's the difference between the 15,000 that we consider to be, 1,500 that we consider to be work in progress, and the 2,500 is about another 1,000 that before the end of the month, we should be able to clear up those.
And Mr. Miller, if I recall correctly, you said it wasn't restricted to NHT mortgages or mortgagors, persons who receive NHT mortgages. It's anybody who is a NHT contributor could apply for this grant?
Correct, Chairman. So what we're treating with is it would cover pensioners because you are a relative of yours able to apply. So I've looked at a situation where once we can establish that you would have contributed to NHT in the past, then you would be able to apply for the grant of up to $500,000.
So it's anybody who currently or previously was an NHT contributor can apply for a grant. And you only received 2,500?
To date, we have received 2,573.
I'm surprised that it's so few. All right, Miss, you want a clarification on that, Mr. No?
Sorry, Mr. Martin, I just want some clarification. My original understanding of the grant was that a contributor could apply for it for an immediate family member who is not necessarily a contributor. Is that still the case?
Yes,
so that is the grant.
That is there.
Okay.
Because remember now that you could live in a property where the owner is not a contributor, would have never contributed before. And just to revert to where we try to address the ownership issue.
No, but it was not my understanding that you even needed to live at the property. So if I live in Kingston, and my mother lives in St. James, and she is not a contributor, can I apply for her to get the benefit? That is what I want to clarify.
You are correct.
All right.
As long as we can establish that there is the relationship.
Okay. All right, thanks.
So, Chairman.
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Clark.
My mic is on.
You haven't pressed your button. I'm trying to turn on your mic. It's not. Go ahead, Mr. Clark.
Thank you very much. I'm still waiting on the answer that I asked. And I noticed that members who aren't willing to learn continue to ask questions over the question that I asked.
So you repeat your question because I'm sure Mr. Miller thought he had responded.
Mr. Miller went on to give an update. And because of him giving the update, members choose to ask questions of him. And so it would have felt by the wayside. Mr. Martin, sir.
Yes, Member Clark.
Contributors would have been approved of the grant. How long from the time that they have been approved that they can see something in an account for them to get the work done?
Once your application is approved by the branch manager, it's a very simple process. It goes to the branch manager, it's approved, sent off by electronic means. In 3 working days, you ought to be paid. Now, where you have a challenge is that there are different definitions for approval because a contributor may, for whatever reason, drop off various documentation and believe that everything is okay. And when we, great, we are looking at 72 hours, 3 working days.
Ms. Burchell?
No, Ms. Burchell, me.
Ms. Burchell?
Thank you. Right, so PS, I wanted to know.
I wanted to complete with him.
Okay, you can.
Oh, you wanted a follow-up, Mr. Warmington?
Yeah, Mr. Miller mentioned the issue that only contributors can apply for assistance for reconstruction and development as such, the hurricane damage. You're saying only contributors?
Or their immediate families?
Contributors or the immediate. Then I'm curious then. The church is not a contributor. So on what basis, how would you assess their application for loans and understand they're supposed to apply to housing trust for loans? And if they are not contributors, how do you assess them and approve such application when you are telling us now that only contributors can apply. In what category? How do you assess that? And then the contributors.
Mr. Chairman, for many years now, we have operated what we refer to as an institutional loan.
No. Mr. Miller, watch me. I'm not asking about what happens over the years. I ask a simple question in a relationship. If the churches are not contributors, and Housing Trust was established to assist contributors, and you are saying only contributors are qualified to apply, I'm not interested in institutional loans that have been done over the years. I'm asking how do you provide for them? They are not contributors when you just say contributors provided for.
I am not aware, Mr. Chairman, of the specific case that the member is referring to. What we have in place is a facility that will allow, so you have churches that are member of a larger umbrella. So for example, take the Baptists. So the Baptists could apply for a loan, provide us with the necessary security. As we all know, they own a lot of land. We have found in the past.
No, I'm not clear. Is that for residential development you're talking about, where they're acting as developers? Or it's for the church's own facilities? I think Mr. Warmington wants to know.
Yes.
I want to ask Kenneth Richards something. Father Kenneth Richards. We know you're in property development. We know you're doing it on stolen church land, Kenneth Richards. My question is, given Kenneth Richards, Father Ken, a friend of Andrew Holness, we would like to know, Father Ken, if those property development that you're doing on those stolen land, if you have received, Father Ken, any NHD loan, it's important for us to know.
Capacity is the church benefiting if they are not a contributor, and NHG was set up to serve contributors?
It is not correct to say the church is not a contributor.
No. Just a minute. Point of order. Correction.
Everald Miller, not Everald. Martin Miller. Whoa. And I go come back on this tomorrow, okay? It's too late for me nice in England, you know, with past the nice abatement rules. We could come back on again. You know, it can't done here, sir.
You provide evidence in this to this meeting that churches have been contributing to housing trust.
Everald Miller, why do I keep calling this fool Everald Miller? Martin Miller is a liar. NHT, you can contribute voluntary. The church don't contribute to NHT. Otherwise, it's taken from your tax. Everald Miller and the church must prove to us their record of voluntary contribution to the National Housing Trust.
Our church going to contribute to housing trust. My brother, hold on. Mr. Miller. How can the church contribute? The church has never contributed a dime. What source of security TRN they use?
Mr. Chairman.
No, what TRN they use to make that contribution? They don't.
Mr. Chairman.
Period. No, they don't. Please, Mr. Miller. The issue, you said that you don't know what specific I'm talking about. An announcement was just made last week. The provisions are made for them to get concessional loan from you. And their contributors who have applied to housing trust cannot get loans because they don't have enough points. They don't have enough points, so they can't get it. So how do you find the points for the church? How do you arrive at that? I don't want you about institution and, umbrella church or Baptist or what have you. I don't, because I'm saying the church can apply for loans based on their financial status, because the last report showed that the churches have more than $2 billion in account. And they have vast acreage of lands. They can apply against that. And don't dip into what you have that is there for contributors. You have one church in Spanish Town, the Philippa Baptist Church. The last financial report showed they have more than $70 million in their account. One single Baptist church in Spanish Town, Philippa Baptist Church. So what I'm saying,
the $70 million church. On a broke pocket congregation, no shame. On a rent house congregation. On a congregation where struggle to pay on a partner money. On a congregation where struggle to buy food. On a shame. Shame a kill me.
you have poor contributors applying to you, they can't get it, but then the church just walk in over there and get it. I'm saying that what needs to be done now, your board needs to change the rules.
I have to tackle them a morning again. No, this can't be one tackling. When you buck up a sweet fight, you can't fight one time. Unless you never go to school in a few era in the 80s. You can't fight one time when the fight sweet. You have to go back one year again.
That every contributor should be able to walk through the doors of Housing Trust to apply for loan without any assessment of qualification if the church can do without being qualified, based on the record that you now have. So the point system must be eliminated now to justify what you're doing.
He's no longer Martin Miller. He's now Muted Miller. Can you type his name in the chat, please? Muted Miller. No longer Martin Miller. Muted Miller.
Mr. Chairman, can I respond?
Yes, you can respond.
If we were to look at the facilities that are in place to treat with this initiative as it relates to Melissa recovery, one of the first things that was made clear is that there are certain contribution requirements that would be relaxed for the individual. So for example, one requirement is that your contribution ought to be current. It was made clear, and it was approved.
Your contribution ought to be?
Muted Miller. You know, say with a better you do a Darrell Vaz though. Get up and say you have another engagement. God know. You wouldn't save yourself the embarrassment we have create right here, so. Get up, Muted Miller, and do a Darrell Vaz. We will accept, Muted Miller, that you have another engagement. Just to save yourself the embarrassment. What a failure. What a failure, Mr. Miller. I wonder how deep your throat is. Muted Miller.
Current, meaning,
Current,
yes.
okay.
It was made clear that that would be relaxed. So then we get back to the whole issue. Once you're an NHD contributor, you are qualified for a loan. The issue that we tend to miss is that
once you're an NHD contributor, you're qualified for loan. What you're forgetting, Muted Miller, the particular issue is about the church, not the contributors, Muted Miller. The church. You know the one that will finger people children? You know the one that will thief the offering and pack it up in their bank account? Yes, those are the ones we're talking about. Muted Miller.
is the amount of loan that you are qualified for. It may not necessarily be sufficient to do what you want to do. But
we're not talking about the amount neither, Miller. That's not. Hey, wasn't afraid of Mr. Warmington. I don't see how where Mr. Warmington turn friend boy. What happened to you? We don't know what and see how the role play go on.
Any contributor who walks into NHD now, they are qualified for a loan. The only question is the amount. Any contributor that is current, but under the Melissa,
let's deal with the church.
You can't. We relax the section to treat with you being current, and
right.
That's the reason why we were able to say, once you have contributed to the National Housing Trust,
which the churches don't,
you can benefit.
Okay, we understand that though, but I think it's a different point. It's a different point Mr. Warmington is making. And but before you follow up though, what is I'm trying to understand myself because I think Mr. Warmington caught a news release that I didn't. What is the provision that the NHT has under this Melissa recovery for churches?
You can't explain.
What we have, Mr. Chairman, is the facility that allows the church to apply for a loan. We look at their cash flow requirements that they would have submitted along with other people to see how they can service this loan.
And this is a loan to repair the church.
This is a loan to repair, to assist in terms of the replacement of the roofs
of the church, as opposed to a residence.
Right.
Okay.
But if I may,
I just wanted to get clear in my own understanding.
Yes.
But go ahead. You wanted to make something.
But if I may, and sometimes when we talk about getting back the life of Jamaicans to a point where they are reasonably comfortable.
Everald Miller don't go down that road with the 500,000.
And I know that you are aware of life in rural Jamaica. The churches are very, very important part of what?
Everald Warmington.
Remember,
please.
Okay.
Everald Warmington.
I know of the importance of the church and the part of the church. Please. No, they can't pray for me. They're not qualified enough.
Hey, hallelujah.
I go to my church, a part of my church. I do not pray at my church or my home. I don't know. Some of those who pray for you, then don't cross and you don't pray for you properly. I'm saying I know of the importance. So too are the Citizen Association, Kiwanis Club, Lions Club, and all of those. Okay? What I'm saying, you said the church can walk in the loans because the institution or whatever you. Can the Kiwanis Club? Can the Lions Club? Can Citizen Association? Because special provision and stand were made for the church. So
money laundering.
These to pay the community center. The Lions Club, the Friendly Society also they want to throw on.
Money laundering.
Mr. Chairman.
So I'm asking.
Everald Miller
No, you finish, Mr. Warmington.
No, I'm asking. You see, I'm not satisfied. I want to know about the other institutions out there.
So
this is the only church. I know the importance of the church. Because I give to the church, you see, I give to the church. I take care of my church. I pay the entire roof. I put in all the windows, doors, and so on. No, I have my church and work for my boy. So I'm saying I know the importance. Okay? But when a church have over 70 million in its account, well, you can provide for them. Most of these churches run as, I'm not talking about the established churches, Baptist, Presbyterian, Anglican, but you have some who come up wayside and have somebody say they have this big, elaborate building there.
Church,
and 5 collection a day or offering per day.
Yes, church.
When passing birthday, 5th Sunday you have to give extra one. And past birthday you have to give extra. Those elko come up church and that's what they established churches. So I know the issue. So what I'm saying, members of the church have been giving all the while. And the churches that have more than $2 billion in their account, it's time for them to give back to assist the poor persons who have been giving them over the years to rebuild. I don't think that's happening. Plus, we have a lot of individuals who have little businesses and shops and so on that damage and blow down.
But you
this is the time when the church has to step up and assist these individuals to restart their small businesses. Okay? To start their business and so on, but not to depend in the government pool to repair the church. They have enough money to do it. And Mr. Clark, I don't understand. Why you take me on, you know? I know about the church more than you do. So don't take me on this. You can't convince me. I know what I'm talking.
Mr. Chairman, on a point of order, sir.
Yeah.
I hear the member, but I think we are moving away from the real matter of PAAC.
The matter is what Everald Warmington is talking about.
You just realize that? I'm surprised.
So I want you to rule on the matter, sir.
All right. I think we've exhausted that issue, and I'm very clear now on Mr. Warmington's position, and I'm going to counsel Mr. Miller not to respond any further. All right, Ms. Birchall.
This is a
Yes,
cover up.
I just want one final message.
Uno sister, uno PNP, uno sister PNP a cover up for them. Why Peter Bunting never allow Everald Warmington to drill him? Because the PNP not concerned about that. The PNP don't concern about with money. Where Andrew Holness and Errol Miller and the church them are laundered. The PNP now have no issue with it. Mr. Warmington, we salute you on this matter. Is the only one who have an issue with this thing. Mr. Warmington is the only one who's exposing the government and the churches stealing from poor people at a time like this. This is disgraceful. The church has always been a disgraceful organization, but it is now seen by many who didn't believe that the church was all about money. It is clear now for everybody to see that we poor people, they don't care about us. Because if the church cared about us, as Everald Warmington is saying, one church, $70 million. Just a Baptist church. Imagine what the Adventists have. If just one Baptist church have $70 million in its account, imagine what the Seventh-day Adventist conference is across Jamaica. Billions. Billions. And you, the hungry congregation, continue giving and giving and giving. And not even the prayer where they are giving in return now work. Because none of can hold up on and say, oh, no, inherit out of the prayer. Not one on. You know, sister, all I know are just useful idiot to church, to pastors and politicians. All I know, a useful idiot, you tribal political mindsets and you religious mindsets, you're all useful idiots for the pastors and the politicians who continue to enrich themselves, who continue to steal from God and poor people. And uno won't wake up, uno continue to enrich them. But tell the church, if you tell them, say, this year war can't done one time. Because Andrew Holness declare war upon we. So we declare war upon Andrew Holness and the church them. Because we say Andrew Holness and the church them come together for embezzle with money, for launder with money, and for steal from poor people. When the church can go into their pocket. You, the people, look how much money they collect on the behalf. And all they tell you that you're entitled to at a maximum is $500,000 Jamaica dollar. $500,000 Jamaica dollar. That's the maximum you're entitled to. Whatever it is, work it out yourself. The church who has no entitlement, the church who has no entitlement, the church who can stand on its own 2 feet is being prioritized over you, is being given more than you. But you are the same set of people who defend these people. Just like the party one never want to call out Floyd Green and a call for relevant authority and all sorts. Nobody no remember who them vote for anymore. I don't understand where it go do. So upon this direction where we go, we will never win. Continue to travel on this direction. There's no winning for us. We are goats. They are lion. We're not as strong as them. We cannot run as fast as them. We're not going to win in the direction the game is going. Maybe someone we need to transfer ourselves from goat into lion or elephant. But at the rate of this, but for you, the people who benefit out of the corruption, and not will benefit out of the church corruption, you know, because them take on the money and them turn on and them sexually abuse, you know. When you have like a problem, you go to them rest their hand pan, you know, and pray for, you know, or even sexually abuse, you know, in a distress and devastation, you know. Yeah, the pastor them do it. The politician them, if you not give them front, you can't get a laptop to do your school work. Ask Flight Green, no? But the COVID laptop them. All and of fertilizer and rather asset alone, Flight Green take by wood and front. I hit him use the COVID laptop them and do too. A long time me I telling us a Flight Green a thief. But he's the best MP. I saw them call him, you know, Jamaica best MP. I suppose people call him Jamaica best MP. Me I got my foreign bed. Cause after foreign midnight at the 20 of January over foreign, you know, we're still in the 19. So maybe when you catch up in the 20, although we understand what me I talk about. Because when me I talk about not in the 19 right now, me come out of the 19 and gone in the 20. So maybe when you catch in the 20, when we understand. But if we not say the perishing time has come, and the worst thing is we're not uniting, how don't you think we're going to win? We're not uniting. We prioritize politicians over our very interests. And you think we're going to win against them? You think we're going to win against these people when we don't have with interests at heart? I mean, look at how rich these people are. You look like Flight Green, I'll give a boy a grader for sleep with. In Flight Green, you give a tractor for sleep with. Me just me know you use fertilizer by vote and you use laptop solicit front. Me just ask if you give a tractor for a boy, for a farmer boy sleep with you. And them thing there. Me just ask if you give any irrigation material for a boy sleep with you. Because we know no love swap. Anyway, me I go on my bed. Can't know how they turn already. Next thing they contact pint up in my face. Anyway, globalists, thank you all very much for being here. And come back to the riot tomorrow, man. You're not done with when era aim. Tomorrow, riot I go run with Wayne Miller. Tomorrow, the riot I go run with Wayne Miller. The Dunce Miller. Because to the wicked evil thief in PNP them, never allow Everald Warmington to continue to drill him. Because what we have not heard from muted Miller is how come the church qualify. That's what Everald Warmington want to know. And if the church is qualified, how come other organizations in Jamaica aren't qualified? I'm not tell Father Ken, join the club tomorrow morning because we want to know. We know where you get the land from already, Father Ken. We know say a thief in land. We know you have the property development, Father Ken. The next thing we need to know did you get a loan from NHT given your friendly and social relationship with the prior? And if Ken got a cliff party, I don't know. So mind your mouth. Mind your damn mouth. Anyway, thank you and good night from Global TV. Oops.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way, prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime, fight down. Me say Rastafari, war and crime, and do the righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as a watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I and I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Day or night, we gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and crime, fight down war and crime, Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, and we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all, me love Jah, Rastafari.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.